going to have a chat here. Ian Mean has just joined us at the farm. Ian, can I bring you outdoors? I just quite enjoying the fresh air. Normally it's the air conditioning of the Salford studio this morning. Morning to you, Ian. Anyway, Ian, I'm going to give you a full title. Ian Mean, Director of Business West, which brings together the four chambers of commerce, including Gloucestershire, so all in this area. You're also Vice Chair of the G1st?
G1st LEP, the Local Enterprise Partnership, Sean.
Great. So every day you'll be talking to businesses in the area. What's the mood right now?
Mood, I think, is quite pessimistic. A lot of people are doing pretty well. In Gloucestershire, the big engineering companies doing excellently. Hospitality, very much on its knees. Farming, we're here at Cinder Hill Farm. 72% of Gloucestershire is agricultural. So farming is a very, very big part of things. What do businesses want? They want a clear strategy from government. Don't think they've had that at all.
For how long?
For quite a time.
So this isn't just about the last few weeks?
No, not at all. They need consistency. I think we've got that now with the new government, but we need some proper plans. We need to know about, for instance, further education. There are not going to be cuts on that. That's all about apprenticeships and training, which is very important. Infrastructure, roads, transport. You've seen where we are in the Forest of Dean. Roads are not easy in Gloucestershire. We need to keep that up. We need better train services, and we need research and development as well.
Is there one particular project? It always feels like when we go to an area right around the UK, there's always one project that is, whether the promises keep being made, whether it's a particular A road or a certain bridge or whatever it might be. What is it around here?
Well, the 417, which is they call a missing link between Gloucester and Swindon, that's finally got the go-ahead, actually yesterday. But the big thing here is transport, buses and trains. Young people in an area like this in the Forest of Dean have a great, great problem in actually looking for jobs and getting around.
And actually, on that, Deborah, I'm going to bring you in here because am I right saying Deborah Flint, who runs the show, co-runs the show with Neil hovering in the background here at Cinder Hill Farm. So you mentioned transport is a bit of an issue for your staff.
Yes, indeed. I mean, 2 buses a week come into this area, and not during normal working hours. You just couldn't use it as a means of getting to work. So,
so what do they do with the petrol prices, diesel prices as they've been?
Yeah, well, struggle, share lifts where they can. We've put in place a cycle to work scheme. But you've noticed
in one of the hills,
the hills around here, you get very fit. Look on the positive side. It's a challenge. It's a real challenge, and there are moves afoot. I know they've been looking at the old railways that went from the mines and trying to reopen that with the Forest of Dean Steam Railway, and that sort of initiative would be great to see. A lot of the work's done, isn't it?
And Ian, on what difference would that make? If some of these projects actually, we talk about levelling up, and it's not all about the north of England.
Not at all. We get fed up in the southwest of being seen as an area where they're wealthy that don't need levelling up. We do. We're in the Forest of Dean. This is a very deprived area, indeed. And what is happening here is that young people lose aspiration. They can't get anywhere. So jobs are really important. The biggest area for jobs is probably Bristol. And as Deborah said, 2 buses a week. And, there are kids actually spending a couple of hours on buses every day in Gloucestershire.